Good day, fellow Earthlings. I am here with another episode of Bad Art. Is it an episode? Maybe. What's the definition of an episode? I don't know. This was yesterday's Bad Art. I said that I was going to render it some more. And, I worked on it a little bit, but then I watched some NCIS and played board games and Super Mario Wonder with my husband. Board games is kind of our New Year's Day tradition, and it's really fun. But here we are now. I'm going to start by sharpening my pencil, even though I didn't really need it that much. I just love to use this pencil sharpener. And begin with a nice sharp pencil. Okay, so this was yesterday's. I'm gonna flip to a blank piece of paper. I hope that if you are also creating bad art with me, you have a blank piece of paper for yourself. And let's begin. Immediately something jumps to my mind that I really want to draw. Something really goofy, but as soon as I turned the page, I was like, man, I gotta put this thing on paper. Oh. Sometimes when you're really communicating, it gives you something absolutely brilliant. You'll see. I might change the shape of that later. This might not actually wind up being what I want it to be. I don't think I'm going to commit to what I was going to do. And sometimes that's okay too. I initially saw the idea of a fish with this face, just some really weird, bad art. Because remember, we're keeping it curious. We're not judging. We're just seeing what comes up. And sometimes we feel like being a little goofy and a little playful. I often feel like being goofy and playful. I think that's my normal personality. It's either goofy and playful or very, like, nothing. Nothing at all. I read something really good today, that curiosity is our guide. So there's doing there's conformity, which is, doing what is normal and expected. And then there's curiosity. And curiosity is a weird thing. So, for instance, like me with these YouTube videos, I am just curious to see what happens if I document this experience of drawing some kind of intentionally bad art every day and sort of talking my way through it with all of these things that I've learned that I know to be true. But it's kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. It could be totally dark. I mean, I honestly, I feel like I'm in a dark room with a flashlight and I'm shining it around, and I just left normalcy behind. I know what's behind me. Or if I turn around, I could find something that's normal and that's been done before and that's easy. I could just get a normal job. I mean, I have a normal job, but I make teeth. I don't know if that's necessarily normal, but the point is that I'm doing something here that could totally fail. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what is going to work out. I just know that I want to do this. I feel compelled, and I'm very curious to see what happens. And what I read today really resonated with me because it was, conformity is something that it's totally light. The path is totally lit. You already know what's going to happen. But curiosity is what will lead you on a path through the unknown. And curiosity is an interesting thing because not everyone may see what you see. I often say that I have to just do what I want to do because nobody else can see my vision. And if somebody's telling me not to do something, I don't put too much stock into that anymore because I realized that other people just can't see my vision. But I have this vision and I have this curiosity, and truly that is what I'm allowing to guide me through the dark. So if you have something that you're not sure what's going to happen, and you're kind of scared to do it, and I know if you're anything like me, you kind of almost feel like this is the end times. And what if you put yourself out there and work really hard to try and achieve something that you don't even know whether it's possible or not, and the world just ends? Or life as we know it just ends, and everything you just did is for nothing. That's what stopped me for a while. For 2 or 3 years, that is exactly what has stopped me. But finally I realized I'm still here. Everything that I need in order to try that thing that I wanted to do is still here. I don't know if it will be in a couple years. However, if you allow curiosity to guide you and you find that strength within you, and you learn to trust yourself, there's so much other things that can happen. And the thing with curiosity is that The path may be, the path you want maybe goes this way. And maybe it takes a turn this way or this way. And this path here no longer really exists. I mean, maybe it still does. Maybe everything works out exactly as you wanted it to. But maybe there's some unknown things that can take you further than what you thought. If I know anything about any of us, it's that we are really blind to ourselves and our own potential. It kind of seems like you need a lot of self-delusion in order to get anywhere. But without that, all that's left is self-doubt, and that stuff is equally untrue. Or it's even more untrue than any potential delusion. I think it's so important to let curiosity guide you, because if it guides you down this path, or even this path, maybe everything works out the way you want it to, and then it diverges. You just don't know. You don't know what's ahead of you. You're walking down this road, you're walking into this dark room with a flashlight, and you can only see 3 feet in front of you. And so you take whatever steps you can see. For me, the steps that I can see is drawing. I mean, the things that I'm really good at, the things that I find the most fun are making really goofy drawings and talking. Talking about things that I want to talk about, though, like consciousness and, the potential reality of the world and motivation and things like that, and manifestation. I've learned a lot about manifestation over the past couple of years. And so now I'm just taking action on that. And I'm going to maintain a curious mind and see where any of it takes me. Maybe it doesn't take me anywhere, but I don't think that that's true. I think that even if it doesn't take me to where I had planned it to go, I think it's still going to take me to someplace very cool. Someplace that's different than where I am now, because where I am now is not necessarily where I want to be in life. And I think that a lot of people can relate to that. What is this little guy? This cracks me up. I really want this to look like an ice cream swirl. Where I live, we're really known for like orange twist ice cream. I don't know why. I've never actually had it. I just moved here around 10 years ago, but apparently they're incredible. I don't really like that kind of ice cream though. If I'm gonna have ice cream, I want chocolate. I want chocolate, I want salted caramel. Should we get fancy here? Like really fancy and make some filigree? Our fish is gonna have a filigree tail. My fish. I don't know what you're drawing. You might have something else that you're curious about that you're putting on your paper. None of this is cohesive. It's it's terrible. Oh. That's what we're here for. We're not here to create great works. This is just one of our clay pots. I'm going to tell the clay pots again, just in case. Oh, I mean, at this point, basically every new person who watches these videos is, you know, a new person. But I'm getting very good and very succinct at telling the story. So even if you've watched multiple videos, it's probably, just know that I'm going to tell this again and again and again, because I think it's so important for people to know, especially if you're a perfectionist. It's crazy the inaction and just like level of damage that perfectionism can do. So many of us let perfect be the enemy of good, and it's kind of sad. Or even just like good enough. I think that doing something good enough is better than not doing it at all, because even if you do it in good enough times, you're eventually gonna be good. Effort plus time is what perfectionism is, or perfection is, I guess. I don't know. I started playing Subway Surfers. Well, I saw that my nephew had it on his phone, and I really wanted to play it. I was like, oh my God, I used to play that like years and years ago, but I haven't picked it up since. And I just remember it being so fun back then. And so, and I really liked the Halloween aesthetic. I thought it was really cool. I mean, obviously a lot of people love Halloween, and I am one of them. So I downloaded it, and I've been playing it at least once a day. Not with any like rigor or like many goals in mind. There was a character that I wanted last, what do they call them? Season? No, like they travel around to different like they have like different settings, like, and we go to different locations every, like, I don't know, 20-25 days every month, something like that. And there was a character that I really wanted last time, so I guess that was kind of a goal of mine, was to get that character, and I did. But it took me a really long time. And I guess my point is that I haven't really been playing with any like expectation of getting really good. I've just been playing it for fun. And then the one night I played one run, for, I don't know, like 20 minutes to a half hour, and I got over 3 million points. And I was like, wow, this so weird that I got like that good within a matter of a couple months. Just by, I don't know, not really caring about it that much. And I guess that's what I'm trying to tell everybody, that like it's so hard to become passionate about something, or it's easy to become passionate about it, but it's difficult to maintain that passion through the self-doubt. Like once you start doing it and you get momentum, or like before you even get momentum, like through the self-doubt, it's difficult to maintain that. So like with the same level of excitement and vigor that you had in the beginning. So what I'm saying is, like, if you have something that you're passionate about, or that you really want to do, or even that you like feel compelled to do or pushed to do, just do it good enough. I cannot express like how long I've been putting things off. So many different things I've been putting off. So many things that I'm like probably qualified for, but I haven't let myself do it because I'm just scared of not being the best or being perfect at it. But that is so ridiculous and so silly, because you can just do it good enough until it becomes good, like with the same level of effort. And sometimes things are just really fun to do. Sometimes you just gotta get goofy with it. Ooh. Is this a mermaid? Oh my god, I love this so much. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier, that sometimes the universe pushes you to just do something. Sometimes you get a flash of something and you think, yes, I'm gonna go do that thing. And then it doesn't wind up working out that way, but it works out really well. This is one example. I mean, it's just so funny to me. When I first turned this page, I got this flash of like this weird face and like a fish's body. And then as I'm working and as I'm just like following my curiosity and following my goofiness and following like what I think is going to be the most fun and exciting, it just winds up like entertaining me even more. And it's so fun for me. She's gorgeous. This is my golden girl. I mean, look at that gorgeous blank stare and that smile. That is the vacant expression that you want on your mermaids that are going to lure your ship into some rocks. This girl actually doesn't look like she'd do that. She just kind of looks like she wants to talk a lot and hear sailor stories. She just wants to talk about seahorses. Okay. Speaking of seahorses, I am going to... You know what? This is coral, actually. That's what we're doing here. That's coral. Let's get some seaweed going. Another string of seaweed. We're doing a full-on under the sea exploration. Okay. One concept that I love to use when drawing, especially bad art, especially just doodling, especially when I just want to have some fun on paper, is drawing things from memory. When you think you know what something looks like, but when you try to draw it from memory, you're like, what exactly? Like, what is this animal? What? So I'm gonna draw a seahorse right now. Like, what does a seahorse's mouth look like? I mean, I thought it was that, but that's not it. What does a seahorse's head look like? I mean, what are we doing here? We're gonna make it majestic. Well, is that majestic? What is this? Is this its hair? Oh my god, this is the best. Just like right now, pull out a piece of paper and draw something from memory. If you think you know what a seahorse looks like, draw one from memory right now. And then I want to see it. That is what I should do, actually. I'm going to set up an Instagram. I think I have one from a couple years ago. And I just want to see other people drawing animals from memory. And find out if it's as entertaining for you as it is for me. And then we can all be entertained. Looks like. Oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. There's a very famous aquarium. Well, there's two of them, like within hours of where I live. Maybe I need to visit them, but I've been to both of them many times. I've seen many seahorses. I mean, like, I have Instagram. I've seen seahorses under the sea. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, you think you know what something looks like until you go to draw it, and then you're like, what is life? Your brain, there is infinite information anywhere and everywhere for your brain to process. And it is said that your brain filters out like most of it. It can process like 40 things. Your brain has like a filter with 40 limitations, okay? This is what is so important about manifestation. This is what is so important about getting clear on what you want. Because you don't realize the things that your brain filters out and what it has no choice but to allow in. If you continue to think about how much you hate your job and you just want to get out of your job, your brain is going to give you more opportunity to think that and feel that way. If you completely ignore how much you hate your job and how much you want to get out of it, and you just think about what you want with your life, your brain is going to filter out everything else besides what you want with your life. That job that you hate is not going to seem so bad because you're not focused on that. You're focused on these new ideas that are popping up because this is what your brain is filtering out, and this is what your brain is letting in. When you stop thinking about what you don't want, your brain is thinking, okay, I'm dropping that filter that's no longer a filter. Now what this filter is what this person is saying they do want in their new job or in their entrepreneurship. I mean, perfect example. I thought I knew what a seahorse was. I thought when I said I was going to draw a seahorse for this like gorgeous little mermaid, this horse girl mermaid here, this under the sea Tina Belcher, I was like, okay, I know exactly what a seahorse looks like. Yeah, I know it's going to be a little goofy because I've done this before, and no matter what I think something looks like, it's not quite that. I love drawing things from memory because it's just hilarious. But I did not think that it would be like this. I mean, this is perfection. This is beauty right here. This is creativity. This is why I want people to draw bad art, because it's so entertaining and it's so fun for everyone involved. I'm literally going to find that Instagram and I'm going to put that down in the description. I want people to start drawing along with me, like whatever they want to draw. Like, you don't have to draw what I'm drawing, but you can. That might be cool too, like if you don't know what you want. But I want you to send it to me on Instagram. I'm going to post that Instagram in the description. I hope people will join me. I really hope that people will start drawing animals or whatever from memory, because it's just my favorite thing. I'm not even gonna like do anything to her face because this is just perfection. Like, literally the most detailed area about her is her tail. Like, this is funny. I'm just gonna draw some coral that looks like a brain down here. We love brain coral. Is this even a real thing? Did I just make this up? I feel like that's something. I feel like under the sea there's some wavy stuff like that. We're gonna draw an octopus too. He's gonna have a chocolate chip cookie in his hand. I used to have this comic book that I was working on in high school. And it was just stick figures because I've always preferred this kind of like loosey-goosey, really silly style of drawing. I mean, I can draw a realistic looking person, but like why do that when this is funnier? I mean, that's just me. I just like always go for what's, I don't know. I just want to know what's funniest. But my stick figure character, you could always tell it was me because it had a chocolate chip cookie in her hand. I mean, that's perfect. Like that's an octopus. This choice was because octopi have beaks. I know that's usually under here, but you can't see that, so it's right there. That's a choice. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna post that Instagram in the description once again. I hope somebody views this. I hope somebody draws some stuff and like shows me on Instagram because, or I'm gonna put a hashtag. Yeah. Hashtag draw from memory or animals from memory. If you watch this video and you also draw something awesome, send it to me on Instagram, animals from memory. Oh. I'm pretty sure I'm Mermanda Arts on Instagram. I think it's mermanda.arts. Okay, use that hashtag, animals from memory, and then at mermanda.arts. I will eventually see somebody there, and then we'll play. All right. Good day, fellow Earthlings.